what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Media Fame TV, where we cover unique alternative perspectives in the entertainment industry. I am your lovely host, the Malaysian intellectual, Malaysian Quita, and today is going to be some ratchetness, honey. So we're going to be talking all about The Gossip Game Season 1. So this is coming from the Wikipedia page, and then we're going to break down all the characters on the show, and then wrap it up with my opinion of the show overall. So The Gossip Game is an American reality television series on VH1 that debuted April 1st, 2013, and chronicles the lives of 7 media personalities who cover the urban entertainment market and reside in New York City. So, for people who are not familiar with the urban music media, we're not talking about the singers and AR and all that stuff that deals with the music industry. What we're talking about is the people that are the ones that don't get the credit that they owe, where credit is due. So we're talking about the bloggers. We're talking about the video bloggers like myself. We're talking about all those people that do social media. So pretty much what the Gossip Game is this kind of like smorgasbord of the cross between traditional media and like the new media. So they kind of like put it together to make it new media. So you got radio personalities on there. You've got bloggers and vloggers and people who do online radio shows, which is kind of cool. And that's why I thought like this show, it seemed like surreal, because who really cares about bloggers? Usually when you say the word blogger, especially in the entertainment industry, it's kind of still like some people still have like this secondary meaning. It's like, oh, you're a blogger, like that. And bloggers are very important. I mean, there are bloggers out there that are actually tastemakers, and they're huge influencers in the industry. They know when the song is hot before the song is even out. So let's look at these 7 personalities. So first we have Angela Yee. Angela Yee began her career as a radio co-host on the Cypher Sounds Effect morning show at Sirius Satellite Radio. Lee later acquired her own weekly nighttime show, Lip Service, which provided unheard women time to showcase their personalities and provide interviews. She moved to the morning radio show with her show The Morning After with Angela Yee, which was the final step prior to her becoming one of the most coveted urban radio hosts. Lee later left Sirius Radio after 6 years and accepted a position at The Breakfast Club on Power 105.1 in New York City. So, for people who are not familiar, The Breakfast Club is like the hottest radio show in New York City. Their competitor is Hot 97, and they kind of like fight back and forth. So here's my opinion on Angela Yee. Angela Yee is very talented, but I think what happens is she puts way too much on her plate. I mean, you are a host of the #1 urban market show, period, probably in the U.S., and here you are, you're doing reality TV. She was managing L'Oreal, who's an amazing rapper. I hope I can talk to her. She's so cool. But she had all of this going on and then doing all of this. So I think sometimes her priorities are so out of whack. And it's amazing how she's able to kind of like do this, the show and everything. And she kind of has a little bit of a catty side to her too. And the main issue throughout the show is friendships. Like, who is she really loyal to? Is she loyal to herself, or is she loyal to her new friends? So that's often the balance with her. Next, we have Miss Drama, also known as Candace Williams. Miss Drama Williams was first introduced into the media while attending Spelman College, where she gained a position at WSB-TV. Williams later continued her interest of journalism at New York University. She was able to work at Newsday as a part of the review crew, Hot 97 and MS Communications as a promotion assistant and board operator, and ABC daytime and youth marketing consultant at MTVU. So she has done it all. She already pretty much did entertainment news. She was an afternoon host for an online station in Brooklyn, and that's where she got her popularity. That's where she came up with the whole like Miss Drama persona. And this chick is full of drama, but she is an excellent character to have on the Gossip Game because she really is the Gossip Game. I mean, honestly, she has this out of this world, flamboyant personality. Her dress is flamboyant. Everything about her is just flamboyant. So I think with her, the main issue with her though is she has a lot of problems keeping friends too. Like the same thing with Angela Yee. It's like she makes more enemies than friends sometimes, and I think it'll be interesting in season 2 to see how Miss Drama plays out and whether that title will precede her. Next, we have Jazz Fly. Jazz Fly is a Chicago native who moved to New York and holds a career as a journalist, writer, and multimedia personality. She attended the film program at Columbia College, and she created this blog which is called theflystylelife.com, which is an entertainment news site. She has written for The Source and everything like that. Now, Jazz Fly honestly is like the super bitch. Like, I mean, she's cool. Like, she's really calm and collected, but if you get on her bad side, like, that venom will, like, spit out at you, and it's just, it's not a good time. I hope she was kind of dry for season 1 from my viewpoint. You know, she was kind of like, am I friends with Miss Drama? Am I not friends with Miss Drama? And she kind of went, she's a flip-flopper. Like, she kept going back and forth throughout the show. So hopefully in season 2 or at the reunion special, we'll find out more about, like, why that happened. And hopefully, like, that she, like, opens up more, which would be, like, fantastic. Next, we have Angela Yee's competition, who is K Fox. K Fox, radio DJ at Hot 97, but here's a little bit more info about her. K Fox was born and raised in New York City. She graduated from the Professional Performing Arts High School, which she later led to her attending at Shaw University, where she first dipped into the world of radio and television. Fox moved to Miami after she accepted a position to join WEDR 99 Jams. And then it goes on to talk about how she hosted a show with DJ Khaled and all of that. She did win for Best Female Air Personality by the Miami New Times. So she's a gorgeous woman. I mean, she's very good looking and everything, but I think sometimes she gets a little too airheaded considering that their show was pretty much placed 9th. And I forgot what magazine it was, but it was kind of like, there's a lot of hip-hop magazines that rank different radio stations, and some people take it more seriously and other people don't care. But Hot 97 was ranked 9th, and 105.1 was ranked 1st. So, I mean, for a station that's ranked 9th place, can't always be that cocky. But then again, the other perspective of looking at it is when you are a female personality, especially being a female radio personality, and I can attest to this, you have to have balls. Actually, you have to have bigger balls than all the men in the room, because there are some men in the room have already, like, put you down and they think you're like some kind of hoe by, like, default. So it's really not easy for her. And she kind of, what I really hope for season 2 is that K Fox and Angela Yee could work out things, but I think with all the beef that's going on with the men and everything, it kind of crosses over into them, so it's like they don't have a choice. The next person is Kimberly Kim Orsoro. Kimberly Kim Orsoro was born to a Puerto Rican father and a mother of an African American and Chinese background. She was brought to fame when she became the first and only female editor-chief at The Source magazine. Orsoro has a Juris doctorate from New York Law School and a Bachelor of Arts from Fordham University. She's been publishing for over 15 years, being the editor-in-chief of The Source magazine. Honestly, Kim is one of my favorites on the show. She's so grounded considering how much, like, her husband can be an asshole to her sometimes, you know? But I think overall, to be the editor-in-chief of The Source, that is a accomplishment in itself. And I mean, I feel like of all the 7 personalities on the show, Kim has the biggest balls. And I think she's kind of like the I hate to say she's gorgeous, but in a sense, she kind of plays this godmother role to the other six ladies because they're still young, and she's more mature, and I'm glad they have a mature character on the show because that kind of just helps to balance all the other crazy ratchetness on. And she's really level headed, and she's really trying to like balance everybody out, but sometimes, you know, when you're older, and I can attest to this too, when you're older and you're trying to speak to the younger generation, it's often more, they see it more as like criticism instead of like actual advice. Then we have Sharon Carpenter. She's also one of my favorites on the show. She was born and raised in the UK. She's an award-winning on-air online journalist, host, and producer who has worked on several American networks. I'm kind of ad-libbing everything because there's just so much on the Wikipedia page, so you'll have to pardon me. I have a link below if you want to learn more about them through the Wikipedia page, and of course the official website on VH1. But she has interviewed high-profile subjects. She wants to work now both in the hip-hop and Hollywood world of hard news. See, what people don't realize about the entertainment industry is that there actually can be hard news. It's not all soft news. Now, for the people who are not familiar with journalism terminology, hard news is anything that is hard-hitting. So, you know, anything like, for example, like anything like a bombing or war or something that's really gritty and it just hits you. So that's what they mean by like hard news. And then soft news is more light and fluffy. So that's like, you know, Paris Hilton has a new fragrance coming out, or Perez Hilton interviews Aubrey O'Day. It's just more playful, and it kind of gets away from the hard news. So when you watch a newscast, what will often happen is there'll be the hard news story, soft news, and then hard news again. Then they kind of end with a lighthearted soft news story, because who wants to watch news that's hard all the time? I mean, that, you know, it's like a guy that has a hard on all the time. You gotta take him to the hospital. That's a problem. So that's how she kind of is. Sharon is kind of like, of all the ladies too, besides Kim, she has a lot on her resume. She's very, very, very the traditional hard-hitting journalist. And I think it's going to be hard for her to get into the hip-hop, like the urban like media, because the urban media, this is just my perception, it doesn't always work to be hard news. It seems like it's all soft news, and it becomes hard when like something happens to an artist, like for example, like Tupac, when Tupac passed away. That was hard news, but it was from an entertainment perspective. So, and my issue too, she has a bad attitude for a girl who is super gorgeous. And, you know, and for me, the thing that I liked about the Gossip Game too was there was different shades of different ethnicities throughout the show. It was not only all dark-skinned women or all light-skinned women. It was like a really cool balance, and I thought that was different for VH1. And with her, honestly, I don't know. She has a bad attitude, especially when she kind of questions the other girl's integrity, because she always talks about, oh, I was on BET, and I did BET News, and then I also did the BBC, and then I also did this too. And she just keeps going on and on about her accolades, and that's one thing that I have learned about being in this business for as long as I've been in it so far. I'm still like a noob, but I know that it's not good to brag about your credentials, because that can be the downfall of you in this business. It's better to be humble, and when someone asks you for your credentials, then that's when you can say them. But if no one asks you for your credentials, just zip it. Like, you shouldn't talk about it. It's not good. And then finally, we have Vivian Billings. I love her. She is feisty. She's raw and gritty. She's known as the NYC Gossip Girl, and she came into the industry in 2001 as a talent coordinator for All Access DVD. Billings created the hot hip-hop gossip site.com in 2008, which provides news and gossip about celebrities as well as exclusive content. And I love her. Like, of all the girls, she's the new girl. And I can relate to all of this because I have been through all this craziness. She is the new girl. So when you're the new girl, the experienced girls kind of become bitchy to you, and then you are like screwed because you're trying to eat humble pie, and they don't. Some of the girls necessarily, not all, but some of the girls necessarily don't want to eat humble pie because you're the new girl, and she is a threat to the rest of the girls on the cast because she's really good at getting those like exclusives, and she does a great job with interviewing. I love the interview that she did with Mano. That was fantastic. It was hilarious, and I mean, honestly, I can see her moving up the ranks of the social media, the whole new media game, really fast because she knows how to get those exclusives. She's not a bitch. That's the thing I like about her. Like, some of the girls in the cast can get kind of bitchy and get kind of catty because they have experience and they've been through everything. But with Vivian, she's more of like, I don't really care about what you other ladies are doing, and I'm in my own lane. And Miss Drama kind of acts like that sometimes, but then she falls from grace and then she picks back up. But yeah, she's really really cool. And then there's a reoccurring cast member. There's Stephanie Steph Leva Saunders, super bitch. That's what I like calling her. She and Billings kind of have a really interesting history too, and they kind of go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So that's pretty much the Gossip Game season 1. I mean, overall, it was really good. I mean, I watched it. It took about it took about 3 days, honestly, to watch all of it because with every episode, you really it's like reality TV. Honestly, it gets you wrapped up. Like, you want to continue watching it, continue watching it, continue watching it, and it's such a good show. Well, let's look at the advantages and disadvantages. Advantages. Overall, the women all have very interesting personalities, makes really good TV. They all are professional in different ways. And some of them are more ratchet than others, and there are some stereotypes that I see, especially Sharon Carpenter plays the snobby, like, woman of color stereotype. And, yeah. And then for disadvantages, I would have to say the one thing I didn't like was the fighting. Like, I thought that the Gossip Game was going to be a show where we're going to learn more about how do you get involved in the urban media as a new media person or a new media professional, because new media and traditional media are fighting back and forth. One will win, one will lose, and it'll just go on like that. So I thought that's what the show is going to be about. But then you're getting into their... I mean, I know it makes good TV, but then you're getting into their personal lives, and then there's arguing, and this season was all focused about Miss Drama. Like, Miss Drama was the drama. So what I'm really hoping for is for season 2 that they kind of like get away from Miss Drama and and kind of learn more about the girls. Like, I never learned much about Angela Yee except, okay, she works with the Breakfast Club and that's it. And then with Vivian, yeah, she has a hip-hop gossip site, and that's it. So it was very plain. So I'm hoping, maybe season 2, they will expand and things will start to get better. So what do you guys think about the Gossip Game season 1? You can follow us on Twitter at MediaFameTV. And I'm not going to give it away, but coming up on Monday, I have a very cool exclusive interview. Not going to give it away, because if I were to give it away, then you guys would probably stop watching. No, but all jokes aside, this interview is going to be awesome. We have a lot of cool content coming up. And if you guys have any questions, or if there's anybody who you think we should interview, or you want to be interviewed on the show or anything like that, you can also email us, which is at mediafametv@gmail.com. Once again, I am your host, Malaysian Quita, and remember, it is our world and our rules.